Okay, so this is the Motorola Atrix. It was announced here at CES and it's just won Best of Show award. We're saying it's the world's most powerful smartphone. A lot of reasons for that which will become clear. Basics around the phone itself. It's one of the first phones in the world with a QHD display, so it's a 4.0-inch QHD display. What that means is it plays graphics back really well. So if I go to my videos here, I select and play this video, you'll see the beautiful quality. Skip forward. Beautiful quality that is rendering back on this display. A couple of other phone basics. It features our Moto Blur service, so that aggregates and organizes all of my messages, my text messages, my multiple email accounts, my Facebook messages, brings them all into these flickable widgets here on the home screen. So I get a lot of incoming messages. I want to be able to just quickly glide through them, see what's going on in my world. Plus, one of the other things that Moto Blur does is it backs all of that information up on our secure server. A couple of other cool features. We've added a biometric fingerprint sensor here. I've got pretty much all of my life in these phones. Yes, we have these pin locks on the front, but quite often you can see where they are. They're not that safe. Now, only I can open this phone because it recognizes my finger.
And you just like slide your finger right over it?
Slide my finger. So one time set up, I'd scan my fingerprint in 5 times, and then once it's done, nobody else can open this phone other than myself.
Wow, okay.
And having just lost my phone in a taxi cab in Vegas, I wish I had been using this phone. 5-megapixel camera, dual LED flash, captures in HD, and because we're filming in HD, we want to play back in HD, so we support HDMI out, and then this is the micro USB data port and also charger. So those are some of the also front-facing camera I forgot to mention.
Oh, so, front-facing camera.
Why is it the world's most powerful smartphone? Well, it also has a dual-core processor, one of the first smartphones in the world to do so. A bit too much horsepower, you may say, to put into a smartphone. Well, the reason why you need that is because we've developed these unique docks. I'm now going to launch the Motorola webtop application. I simply place my phone in this dock, I open up the screen, and how many of us sat in a taxi cab writing out a long email and wish we had a larger screen and keyboard? So that same email on my same device I can now bring up with this large keyboard screen, all being powered by the phone. There is no innards, no hard drive in here. It's all the phone. I've got USB ports and I've got a battery in here, so it's also recharging the phone. So the other problem we have with smartphones is we're constantly running out of battery. I put this in here, I'm charging. What I now have on this display is 2 windows.
Okay.
If I scroll over to this window, I have my mobile view. This is my mobile phone. This is the Android side of the phone. All of my applications, access to my gallery and stuff, I just scroll through using the keyboard and pick up any of those applications. I can drag down my notification shade just like I do on my handset, and I can call up emails, I can call up text messages. If I get a phone call, I get a prominent alert. I can take the phone call hands-free with the speakers and microphone from here, or I can close it and pick the handset up. It doesn't disrupt anything I'm doing on here. Over this side, which is where it gets real fun, I have a full Firefox Mozilla browser. This is exactly the same Firefox browser as on my PC, no compromise. I can only access this browser using this setup. It doesn't work using it on the phone because I'm using my Android browser on the phone. So with Firefox connected to the internet, I can obviously call up any website I like. It supports Adobe Flash 10.1. It is a PC browsing experience, just like on my computer. But to stress again, it's all being driven by the phone. And to make that point, I take this out, my phone
Okay, so the computer essentially doesn't work at all without that phone plugged in.
It is not a computer, it's a keyboard and screen.
Oh,
this
okay.
Is a computer. This is now my computer.
Okay.
It's a dual-core processor, 1 GB of RAM computer. Then I'm docking here and using a full keyboard and mouse.
Okay, so in other words, it's more of an extension of your phone, just put out onto a larger screen and a keyboard.
I'm now able to do all of the computing things I want to do that I can't do on my smartphone.
I see, okay.
So, now I'm connected to the internet on the Firefox browser. I now have access to what are called web apps. So I've got my Android apps on my phone. Through the internet, I've got web apps. What does that mean? It means cloud computing. You may have heard of cloud computing. My Gmail is already on the cloud. I can access that from any computer. My Picasa photos are already on the cloud. There's also other things like Microsoft Office Live. Microsoft Office Live is PowerPoint, Excel, Word, all on the cloud. So I can do all of my computing from this device on the cloud. I haven't got a connection here at CES. The other cool thing is we also have included this entertainment center. So the Motorola Entertainment Center is taking all of my content from my phone and using this beautiful UI. So that video I was just playing on my phone, I can now play on this larger screen and play back.
I see, okay.
But it gets better, it doesn't stop there. Because that's fine, I'm now mobile.
Sure.
I'm out and about. What about when I get at home? I still have a computer at home, or I still have a computer in my office. We've sorted that out as well through this HD dock. Another optional accessory, I have HDMI out, 3 full USB ports, and charger. That enables me to again dock my phone. I can now output to a large 50, 60, 70-inch monitor using a full keyboard and mouse, and now that's my desktop computer. That's why we're calling the Motorola Atrix the world's most powerful smartphone.
A couple questions. One is the QHD display. How is it in comparison to some of the competitors? The AMOLED and some of the Nova display, those other ones that have already been put out.
It's over 500 pixels, and I think you agree is super sharp. One of the other advantages of the display is it's pretty good on battery life. But there's a lot of competing technologies. I'd suggest people go into a store and do a side-by-side for themselves.
Of course. And I was going to ask about that battery life. It does certainly cut significantly on the battery life. Do you know how much compared to some of the previous screens?
We've got a large 1930 milliamp battery in here, which is pretty big for a smartphone.
That's huge for a smartphone.
But the other important thing is I'm going to be docking this so much more than I would normally my phone. So in our user trials and our testing, consumers really have not had those problems that they used to have because I'm constantly recharging my phone.
Well, I keep wanting to call it a computer, I'm sorry. The laptop dock. Is this something then that you would just charge separately?
Yep, you can charge it as you would a laptop with a barrel charger.
Okay.
And then that has 6 hours of battery in here, which depending on how much battery you've got in your phone, will trickle charge and recharge your phone, and also power the display on the laptop dock.
Okay. Last question on this. Certainly, this is great for the Atrix specifically. Are there plans for additional phone support?
Wait and see. It's been very successful here at CES. It's won Best of Show. We've got big plans, but wait to see.
Certainly, being universally accepted with pretty much most new Motorola phones coming out would be, I think, a huge hit. So that's why I asked that question.
Alright, so this is the Motorola Atrix. Basically, we've got this plugged into the multimedia dock, which makes your television screen your actually full web browser. The device itself becomes a mouse. As you see, you're able to operate this from here. You're also able to control all of your phone functions. So if you bring it down here to mobile view, it'll pop up. Let me get this out of the way so I can show you. So if you see here, you can actually do all your phone functions as well. You can do text messaging, make phone calls, and do all that stuff. All that's going to be available to you while you're running a full Firefox web browser. So that's going to be the capabilities that this dock gives you.
Okay. Can you plug in a mouse and a keyboard and all that?
Absolutely. There's USB plugs in the back of this multimedia station. It allows you to plug in mouse, keyboard, all that good stuff. Additionally, you do have the capability of doing Bluetooth, so you can do Bluetooth devices to this. It also comes with a remote control. You're actually able to do this from your couch. It has the menu, home, and back keys, as well as the play, pause, mute, and volume buttons. So you're actually able to control that from your couch with this remote. So.
Okay. And then how do these the specific applications work? Like, for example, you got Facebook over there. How does it look on the TV?
I mean, Facebook's going to be a full. As far as applications go, the best application for me to show you would be Angry Birds.
Okay.
That's probably the best one to show you, kind of to give you an idea. Facebook's going to be, if you run Facebook, you may as well run it from your full Firefox browser. You're getting the full web experience.
Oh, okay.
As far as Angry Birds goes, just to kind of show you, you'll see how crisp and clean it is. You're actually able to play this just as you would, you know, your regular Angry Birds.
Sure.
There's no lag time, no pixelation, and you're just able, like I said, you're able to. Oh, shut it out.
I do find it interesting that you're doing all this and you don't see the screen on.
Yeah, correct. You're doing it all from the phone here. So.
Yeah, that's true.
It has to be on the docking station, right? Yeah, for this. Yeah, to do this. There's no Bluetooth capabilities to do that. So, pretty cool. Any other?